It's very easy to fix electric motors. First of all, you need to be qualified. Don't go attempting this if you're not qualified. It is dangerous to work with electrical equipment. Make sure all electrical equipment is unplugged. Electric motors are very simple. You got bushings, the actual coil, the copper coil, and some capacitors if some do. And usually when an electric motor is being used for a long period of time, it comes down to the bushings. So when opening up a device, the first thing you look for is the bushings. If the bushings are worn out, in my case it wasn't bushings, it came down to a capacitor, so it wasn't just starting up properly. I swapped over the capacitor and all went well. And it also could be a bit of corrosion in the switch. So first things you look for is the bushings, because it's usually the bushings, then any corrosion or broken wiring anywhere, or loose screws. If that, it probably comes down to if not that, and or the capacitors, it comes down to the copper coiling, and therefore it's probably just easier just throwing it in the bin and buying another one. For me, I was lucky it was a capacitor. Cleaned out my switch that's in here. I pulled off the plastic cover, cleaned it out, made sure all the connections were all good, and they were. Then I pulled out the capacitor, checked the capacitor in there. Now I've pulled it out and I've tested it. And if you don't know how to test a capacitor, you've got to have a multimeter. Okay? This is a cheap one. Change it to UF, and depending on how much you've got, this is 15, you got to have it on a very low setting, so any number above 15, so like 20, 50, you'll be able to be fine. So you turn it to UFs on your multimeter, and the line on one side means negative, the other side means positive, so you put red meaning positive on the positive side, black meaning negative on the negative side. And these are capacitors that I have for TV fixing. See, it's got a line there, negative and positive. And I've tested that, and that's faulty, so it comes down to my Bosch angle grinder not working because of the capacitor. Not the bushings, not the switch, but the capacitor. So I'm going to order a new one and plug it in there. It'll cost me $1 or $2, and I'll fix my problem. Then I'll whack it back together.